Hey guys, I'm Spencer, and today I'm going to be interviewing a few of my exes. You know, I hope they all have nice things to say about me. I have no idea who's gonna walk through those curtains, and that's what scares me the most. You know, it's fear of the unknown. All right, let's get started. Let's bring out the first ex.
What's up, motherfucker? What's up, everyone? My name's Roxy Kills. You remember me?
I do. Wow, we had some, wow. Roxy, I didnn know, it's so cool that you showed up today.
Of course, honey bunches.
Yeah.
I have 3 million Twitch subscribers. I play Call of Duty. You were once a fan, and then we briefly dated. It was the beginning of a fairy tale, kinda.
And you got your Doritos and your Kickstart? That's, you know, that was what we first talked about.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, you got some on your... you can still do that. Let's bring in ex number 2.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what's up? You know, Agnes, Spencer.
Yeah, no, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't expect you to come today either.
Why not? We had some good times.
No, we had some great times.
Yeah, they're over now, but
Yeah.
yeah, I learned a lot from you though, you know, like, you know, nagging, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You washed your hair today.
I didn't, but thank you for thinking I did. Yeah, let's make it even 3. Let's see the third ex. Oh, hey. Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm Christine. I'm Olivia's hot mom.
Oh, Christine. Oh my God, you know what?
Oh.
I didn't expect them to come. I really didn't expect you to come today.
Well, I've seen a lot of those Smosh videos where you say that I'm very hot. So
It was one video. I can't believe Olivia's gone. I never got to meet her hot mom. Guys, I've just got a few questions for you. Roxy Kills, at Roxy Kills. Mm-hmm. What initially attracted you to me?
You were just so persistent, my guy. You were just like literally so vocal in all my socials, and honestly, I do not date fans. I don't, but then I heard you stream, so I was like, okay, I'll go on a date with them.
Yeah.
Oh, we got someone. It's just stains at this
Look
point.
up here.
I'm sorry. Same question. What initially attracted you to me?
I just really love that you're like an entrepreneur. You know, you really hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you sell gaming consoles out of the back of your car. You know, in the pandemic when there were only like a few Nintendo Switches, you know, you had to get them on the black market, but like you had like 10.
Yeah, people forget about the Switch drought of 2020.
Exactly. And like I just thought that was like so hot, you know, you selling Switches to 10-year-olds at like 250% higher. I thought it was pretty Crash Bandicoot. It's hot.
I would never say that. Olivia's hot. Christine, what initially attracted you to me?
let's just get this straight. I'm not attracted to you. Culturally, you have a very unlucky face. In my culture. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not attracted to you.
Okay. But we did go out.
I thought it was a Make-A-Wish thing. You openly have said that you only have one ball. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, oh, I'm doing something nice.
Giving back.
I have one ovary.
How does
anything work?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
It's still pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay. What is your favorite memory of us?
Where do I begin, Spence? Well, like I said, we went on that date. Honestly, I was surprised when you told me you had a job because nothing about you says you have a job. You know what I mean? You and I were sitting at the Red Lobster. You were just so quiet. You didn't speak once. And I was like, is he ever gonna talk? And then the sweetest thing happened. We were eating and then I checked my messages and you asked me, do you like Avatar? And I thought that was the sweetest thing.
I feel like I've actually DM'd that to Olivia.
Yes.
Let's hear from you. What is your favorite memory of us?
One of my favorite memories is that we just went to like all of these exotic places, all of these exotic foods, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Chili's.
Yeah.
I mean, Chili's at home, like that really hits. That queso. Also, I love how much we traveled. Like we would go from the living room to the kitchen, and then back to the living room. Sometimes to the bedroom.
Road trip.
Hey, what is human interaction?
Twinning.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of jet lag. But yeah, it was like.
Jet setters. Yeah.
You know, we got out a lot.
And Olivia's hot mom, Christine. What is your favorite memory of us?
It was when you DM'd me on my birthday. You said 53 is the hottest number.
Kitty rocks.
Roxy kills!
Roxy kills. I don't know where I'm getting kitty from.
Maybe because I have ears.
Yeah.
They're real.
Yeah. Why did we break up?
Caught you talking to another girl. We went on another date and you went up to the hostess and you asked her, could we get a table for two? That was the most you ever spoke to me. I was crushed. Also, you think Family Guy's funnier than South Park. Also, you think my ass is better than my tits. Also, you buy rocket horses on Call of Fortnite.
Yeah. I did spend a lot of U-Bucks on the rocket horses in Call of Fortnite. Agnes.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about why we broke up?
I always just felt like I ranked second to your cat, Cleo.
Yeah.
So it's just really tough knowing that Cleo's your number one girl. When I'm right here, a full person.
That's such a valid point.
Yeah, you would kiss me, and then you would kiss Cleo twice, and you'd come back and kiss me, and then you'd pet Squishy, then you'd finger me, and it was just a lot. You know?
That's real. That's real. I kiss my cat Cleo probably about at least a dozen times a day.
I know, and I only got one kiss a day.
She's a beautiful woman.
She's a cat!
Yeah. Christine.
You got my name right.
Yeah. Why did we break up?
Well, we never broke up because we never dated. This is more of a compliment, actually.
Fine.
You're just shaped like a little teddygram. Just want to pick you up and nibble on your little ears and eat your little limbs. And save your little tummy for last.
If you push his tummy, he makes a really interesting noise.
And that's why we broke up.
You're too cute.
Yeah.
You're like a little Nabisco cracker.
A Ritz?
No, a teddygram.
Is that also Nabisco?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not from this country.
You know it is Nabisco. Vanilla wafers.
Ooh.
God, I'm so bored.
Roxy kills?
Nailed it, f***er.
What was it like to kiss me?
We only kissed once. I'll say it felt kind of like a KN95, where it was just like this like blanket over my mouth that felt like a thin sponge, but it made me feel really safe.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Like I want to, make my partner feel safe.
Yeah, it was just like a mask.
Yeah. Agnes,
Yeah,
what is it like to kiss me?
it's lit. I mean, well, they were really gentle,
Yeah.
a little wet. It kind of felt like, like the way you like kiss your mom a little bit. How is Ellen? Is she good?
Ellen's great.
She thriving?
She's thriving.
She's still organizing?
She's still organizing.
That's good.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Yay.
Olivia's hot mom, Christine. What is it like to kiss me? I know you didn't, but like, what would you imagine?
Again, we've never kissed,
Yeah.
but I do need your help.
Go on.
I need you to help me log back in onto my Facebook account.
I knew you'd come crawling back for that tech support.
I don't think I can kiss another one of my daughter's friends.
Yeah.
You would be the third one.
Really?
I can't talk about the other two. I get around.
Roxy Kills.
Yep.
Did you keep any secrets when we were together?
I thought you were so freaking cute. After our first date, I went home and I bought a 40 grand bridal skin for my Fortnite character, and it was really freaking embarrassing.
Did he make you believe he believes in marriage?
No, I just like got really romantic, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm settling down. Maybe Roxy Kills the machine is finally stopping. Oh.
You spilled some on your...
Bet you can't do this because you don't have tits.
Did you keep any secrets when we were together?
We watched Redline. I know it's one of your favorite movies. Honestly, didn't really like it. I feel like the ending left a lot to be desired. They kind of just exploded at the end, and you don't know what happens. It's very long.
Okay, I think it's about a 90-minute movie.
I think it's felt longer.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Things can feel longer.
Yeah,
You
things
know, it doesn't
feel
feel
longer.
long. Avatar.
You know, it doesn't feel long.
Okay, moving right along. I'm not going to dignify that with a response.
Hey, I didn't say it wasn't awesome.
Redline. Christine, did you keep any secrets when we were together?
There is a Facebook group with all the other Smosh cast members' mothers, and basically, you're on our watch list.
What did they say on that forum?
Yeah.
Spencer Agnew DMs us again. 4 a.m. Hi, Mrs. Top, are you up? Angela's mom is quite flirty with Spencer. They DM. Angela's mom is Mrs. Giarratana.
Giarratana? Giarratana.
Giarratini.
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 Giardelli.
Giardelli?
Do you want to
No
try?
one said it yet.
I'm sorry, I forgot your name again.
Roxy Kills!
Roxy Kills.
Roxy Kills.
Roxy Kills. What did you learn from dating me?
I learned how fucking good you are at Family Guy impressions. Do one now, bitch.
Who did you want to hear?
Stewie.
Vile woman.
So freaking good.
Yeah. But you would do him back. Yeah, your Chris Griffin impression always killed me.
Oh, these animals give me boners.
Yeah, there it is. And Agnes, what did you learn from dating me?
Primarily how not to talk to black women. And also a lot of Adobe Premiere Pro. I learned a lot about those presets.
Valuable skills.
Yeah, you know, multicam edits.
Yeah.
I love a workflow.
Christine, what did you learn from dating me?
We did not date. I learned that playing games is a job. It's crazy.
And telling other people how to play games.
It's also a job.
Yeah. If you had the last word, what would you say?
You know what I'd say? I would say, Spencer, I want you to eat chips off my tits.
Okay.
Clean that up, bitch. Goodbye.
Bye.
I'll forget you forever.
Bye. Roxy Kills.
Catch my dreams!
Now, if you had the last word, what would you say?
If I had the last word. You letting me have the last word. It's crazy. I guess like if I did have the last word, I'd probably ask my ghostwriter Kiana what to say. Love you, bestie.
Much to think about. If you had the last word, Christine, what would you say?
Goodbye, my little Teddy Graham.
Goodbye, Christine. She's so pretty. Well, guys, thank you for watching, and write in the comments if there's anyone else you want to see interview their exes. There's 2 videos below. Hopefully one's my favorite, where Shane interviews his exes for the second time, and we got to meet one of my favorite characters, I don't recall her name. As you know, I'm not good with names, but it was someone he met, I guess, on the Disney circuit. Interviewing on the Disney circuit. So yeah, please just click them so we can keep doing this because it's a lot of fun, and I think we really get to heal here. I think it's a good healing space.
Can I borrow your box set of The Matrix?
Which one?